The San Francisco 49ers take down an NFC juggernaut in Week 17. Niners get the dub, improve to 12-4. We're going to break down the game, recap the game, have some fun, talk about all the memorable moments. Get them ready, faithful. It's Breezy. Let's get to it right here on the Wayne Breezy Show. What's going on, 49er faithful? It's your boy Wayne Breezy, and we are celebrating right now because we are 12-4. One more to go. One more game to freaking go. Welcome to the Wayne Breezy Show. Appreciate you guys for tuning in every Monday and Friday. You guys been rocking out with me, man, and I appreciate it. You know, I definitely appreciate the love, the support. You know, it's been a long season. These seasons are long. Off seasons be long, and I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to send you guys some love. Shout out to all the members of the Breezy Bunch crew. Gonna give you your shout outs real quickly, but again, welcome to the show. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. We got the live chat going on right now. All right. And if you do have to catch the show on the replay, you know, upon the replay, go ahead and leave some comments in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time watching the show, click subscribe. It's important. All right. And if you want to support this channel, support the stream, support what I'm doing here, go ahead, click on that join button, become a member of the Breezy Bunch crew. You can take advantage of all the cool perks that come along with it, like the cool badges when we do the shout out. Shout out to our partners over at residency.com. Use that promo code SFBreezy. I'm rocking a residency beanie because on the East Coast, it's cold, right? So I'm rocking a beanie right now. Had to switch the headgear up a little bit. Shout out to everybody that listens to on the podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. Love the numbers that we're doing over there as well. Keep it up. Keep listening. Keep downloading, keep adding and rating. Keep rating the podcast. That will be super helpful going into this off season and getting ready for the playoffs as well. So make sure you guys do that, man. I couldn't be more stoked. You know, again, exclusive content is on the Patreon. Like the watch parties are there now. It's my first year doing watch parties. I'm having a blast. Shout out to all the members of the Patreon, www.patreon.com/the Wayne Breezy. All right, so check that out over there. Also, the film breakdowns and the explosive plays and all that stuff is there. Didn't get a chance to do Week 16s. I never got Week 16s footage, so hopefully I get Week 17s and maybe Week 16s, and I'll put that up there. But, man, you want to talk about a game of explosive plays. Woo. Offensively, for the Niners, tons of them. Defensively, they gave up tons of them. So, like, however you want to look at it, man, it was crazy. Let's do the member shout-outs. Let's get the air horns ready. Who's first in the building? I see Don't Bother Me in here with the hashtag first, man. It says, Wayne, and there's a question. Wayne, when was the last time a 49er quarterback threw for 3 touchdowns and ran for 2? Is this a trick question? I want to say, was it Colin Kaepernick? Wait, and you forgot to add also through a pick 6. You know, you got to put the whole kit and caboodle in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe nobody. Maybe Brock is the first to do it. I don't know. Felt like Kaepernick gave us some electrifying moments where that Green Bay game kind of rings, but I just can't remember what he did in that game. But we'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out today on the show. Boats, what's going on? Gonna miss the show, but I know it'll be good. I'll catch it later. We will catch you later. Boats, thanks for holding down the chat over on the Discord, man. Boats gets it popping on over there throughout the day while I'm doing the live watch party. So shout out to Boats and the members on the Discord channel. I forgot to check in this week. My apologies. A lot of stuff going on in my head. JP Hillahard, what's going on, fam? He said Cap. I thought it was Cap too. I might not have been Cap, but I thought it was Cap. Oscar, happy Monday to all. And to all, what a night. I mean, listen, if you stayed up for that game, let me ask y'all this question, right? Because it's a live show, so I can ask live questions, right? How many of you that watched the Madden Sim felt like it was a Madden game going on? a Wayne Breezie Madden game, though. Not anybody else's Madden Sims, because only my Madden Sims make you stay to the last mother second of the game for you to figure out what the outcome is going to be. You could start at the beginning. You're going to be there for a long time. That's how this game was last night. It came down literally to the last second of this game. So it felt that way. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game. Our defense is cheeks, but they clamped up at the end on the final play. They made two. I thought they had two series, right? Where I felt like whatever adjustment they made, they did a good service for the Niners, right? The first series was when the Bears got the ball and the Bears settled for a field goal. So the Niners defense forced them to kick 3. They gave up some explosive plays on that joint, but the defense clamped down then. And then obviously the last series of the game, last play of the game, they clamped down as well. You know what I'm saying? JP Hella Hardback says that. I was waiting for your comment, your question. She says, anyone want to talk about this offensive line without Trenton run game? I'm going to talk about it. You know, I'm definitely going to talk about it. Thought the offensive line was good, but I'm going to start that. I'm going to get back to that because I do want to talk about that. You know, I just want to shout out everybody. Brock Purdy's toe. We are ready early. What's going on, baby? Niner Faithful 8080. What up, Faithful? What an exhilarating game. I'm still buzzing from the day after. Happy Victory Monday. Ring the victory bell, baby. Ring that foghorn one time, Breezy. Man, it was crazy. Not gonna lie. It was crazy. Not gonna freaking lie. It was a crazy game. Loved every second of it. Ty in the building. Let's go. 49ers win on my birthday. Uh-oh. We got a happy belated birthday to our guy, Fly Ty. Happy birthday. We're going to ring the foghorn for you because my voice is shot. But happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Show Ty some love in the chat. It was on his birthday. The Niners got the dub. You know what I'm saying? Captain Niner, what's going on, baby? Matthew. What's good, Faithful? How many of you, including myself, was butt clenching on the edge of your seat? So I wasn't really butt clenching, but bro, when I tell you my heart, weren't you with me? My heart stopped several times because the defense was trash. I didn't know what to do. And then, remember in that last drive, I'm like, oh, the Niners, the one time the Niners needed to score, they couldn't score, and they had to punt the ball. I was like, oh, shoot, this is going to change. We gave up the field goal. And then they came back and scored. You know what I'm saying? Pablo, what's going on? So it was definitely, you know, butt clenching for sure. Nigel was good, man. It was definitely there. 49er Jeff with the big win. It was definitely there. Like I'm not gonna lie. It was tough. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like, trust me. And I had to go live on Bleacher right after, and I didn't know what type of emotions I was gonna be portraying on that. All I know is, let's talk about what the hell happened. Now, before we get into the game and kind of recap the game, I believe I think Tony's supposed to be joining me at some point. Let's hope so. I would love to. But the Niners do get that victory, 42-38, 4-point win. They covered the freaking spread. Yo, football got to be fixed, right? 3.5 favorites, 1-4, covered the spread. Come on, right? Right? I don't know. No, I mean, not fixed, but you know what I mean. Like, wow, hey, big win. All right. Just for the news updates, Niners-Seahawks rivalry game this Saturday. January 3rd, I believe, is the Saturday. I hope I got the right date. I probably don't because, you know, my dates be off. I wanted to say it was the 3rd, so let me just go back and just double check. It is the 3rd. So January 3rd, the Niners-Seahawks rivalry game, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN. And guess where the watch party gonna be? Right here on the Patreon, baby. The Patreon. It's going to be right there on the Patreon. So make sure you join the Patreon, man, so you don't miss out on that joint. Because we're going to have a blast. It's damn near. That game is playoff implications. Like, we talking first. We talking first round bye, first seed, number one. We just talk about a whole bunch of number ones. And more importantly, we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers not traveling. I mean, can we just ring the bell for that? damn, Niners might not have to go anywhere. And trust me, I definitely like our chances on the road. I do. I just, we winning at home, and that's a good thing. Niners winning at home, and that's a good thing. Now, as far as the NFC standings, the Niners are currently in the 5th seed. Currently in the 5th seed. Even if the Rams win tonight, the Niners, I believe, will still be in the 5th seed. But here's the good news, right? They can't go any lower than the 6th seed. So there's no 7th in their favor anymore. So the Niners are either going to be 6-5 or 1. I want people to realize that the Niners are going to be 6-5 or mother freaking 1. 6-5 or 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? 6-5 or 1. So that's good. So like I'm hoping we're pushing for 1. If we can stay at the 5th seed, that's cool. Because I think we'll play like the Panthers or the Bucks or something like that. I don't know. And then if we ended up being, the 6th seed, whatever, play the Eagles or something like that. So like the only thing is we got to travel. We either got to travel to Carolina, Tampa, or Philly, if I'm not mistaken. And I can have these teams wrong. I really don't give two flying cares about it. But I do know that the San Francisco 49ers have an opportunity to continue to control their destiny. You get what I'm saying? And that right there is what's most important. And we've been talking about that for minutes, right? We've been talking about that for a few weeks back. You know what I'm saying? The Niners controlling their destiny. They got to be on their P's and Q's. And they were. And I don't know if you've seen this, but there's been a shifting. The offense has finally clicked. I mean, Brock Purdy is 5-0 in primetime games. I think that was the stat that I read. But he's 6-0 since he's been back. I mean, Brock Purdy has not skipped a beat. Brock Purdy had that one weird game, and we still won, but he's been electrifying nonetheless. And now you got the commentators talking about Brock Purdy comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Don't pump the brakes, because I've been saying that this mother was elite for the longest. Now we getting elite conversations because he's doing stuff other than throwing in the pocket. That's what makes you elite. Okay, cool. It's cool. If that's what makes you to be in the elite conversation, cool. Now, I always say that Patrick Mahomes is in a class of his own. Because even though he's that elite quarterback status, this cat got Super Bowls to back it up. None of the other elite quarterbacks that we mentioned in this league has the Super Bowls to back it up. Unless they're like Aaron Rodgers, old, and he not elite anymore. Tom Brady don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Pat Mahomes is still that dude. Thank God he not. We know the good news is the Niners don't have to see him this year. That's the great news, right? Because he's the Niners kryptonite. Let's get to some injuries. Trent Williams left the game with a hamstring injury after the first play. Like, it was a pick six. First play of the game, he was trying to chase the guy down. He ended up pulling his hamstring. Now, according to the reports that I read, he's never pulled a hamstring before. So this is new for Trent. And that's a big guy. And we need him to be as mobile as possible. So it's going to be... Trying not to say any bad words anymore. Trying to turn a new leaf in 2026. I'm learning how to say different words that still mean bad word meanings, right? But golly, Trent being, and this gets back to my brother's question or comment, JP Hellahard, anyone want to talk about this O-line without Trent? And I'm glad you asked this question because, I thought the offensive line and the run blocking game was superb. I thought the two tight end sets that we saw out there with some Kyle Juszczyk was superb. Here's the case. If somebody asked me who were the top run blockers in this game, top run blockers, top 2 run blockers in this game, Luke Farrell, Jake Tonjes, top 2 run blockers. How ironic. The one game George Kittle doesn't play in, the one game you need George Kittle, you get a 91.8 grade, an 89.2 grade, and an 86.8 grade and run blocking. These tight ends were out there getting it done. Then Spencer Burford with a 76.7 was number 3. Austin Pleasance, and I said this on my live last night or on the watch party or whatever I was. Y'all got to follow me on these other things. I said that he is terrible in pass blocking, But in run blocking, the Niners were good. Christian McCaffrey had 140 yards. The Niners rushed for 200 freaking yards on yesterday. 200 yards. 34 carries, 200 yards. Christian McCaffrey had 140. Now, I don't know how to do math, but that sounds like 60% of the rushing yards was Christian McCaffrey on 20 carries, 20 plus. Not a lot, right? He was balling. 41-yard explosive play. Finally, you get the explosiveness from Christian McCaffrey that we've seen. And then he also came out for a play, had to get his back massaged. So that's something we have to look at. But the offensive line and run blocking, I thought was really good. Here's where the offensive line went weak, JP. Pass blocking. And check this out. They weren't even terrible. There was a few plays. It was one guy beating one guy all night. I mean, Austin Pleasance literally got beat by Austin Booker. It was an Austin action type of a game. The Booker beat the Pleasance. That's what it was. That's what I saw. And even the statistics back it up because Austin Pleasance was the only guy that gave up the sack. That was the play Brock Purdy almost got decapitated, right? Almost, right? Luckily, Brock Purdy's got the pocket awareness. Let me just go down. Luckily. But that was it. But he was getting beat. The Niners offense in totality, the offense, not just the line, the offense gave up only 5 pressures. What? I ain't never seen that. 5 pressures? I thought the offensive line was pretty good. 4 of them came from offensive linemen. One was by Christian McCaffrey on a run block, but on a pass block. But my point is, that's pretty damn good. So you got to give the offensive line a round of applause. You got to give Chris Forster. And as bad as I thought Austin Pleasance looked, I thought he was the weakest link. Let me be clear. He still wasn't that bad. Now we got to play the Seahawks, so that's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different conversation. We got a super chat in the building from Jack Knox. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get to your question. Let me break this down. So glad we won yesterday. I'm really proud of this team. We do have flaws, but resilience wins games. Wayne, keep doing great work and Happy New Year's to everyone. Last Super Bowl, here we come. I like that, and appreciate the super chat contribution. Jack Knox, thank you so much. Yeah, look, you couldn't be more proud of a team. We're going to trash the defense on today's episode, right? But we do know that our defense in certain matchups have great moments. We didn't force any turnovers yesterday, and that made it a little bit more difficult for this team. But at the end of the day, when it mattered the most, the defense came through. When it mattered the most. And I think when we were watching the game on the watch party, I think we were just like, what is this defense doing? You got players looking around, standing around, not subbing off the football field. It was a lot, right? It was just what? And they missed tackles. I think it was 7 missed tackles in this game. Seven missed tackles in the game, but they were big missed tackles in the game. Those are the flaws. I mean, the offense has flaws too, but it just seemed like when you're playing against, and let's be clear, I don't think that the Seahawks offense is as potent as that Bears offense. And I mean as far as just octane. Seahawks have better players. I just mean as far as the volume, right? You're going to get volume because Ben Johnson is running the Bears. So he is literally trying to figure out how to run the ball. Shout out to Robert Saleh for making Ben Johnson make the early adjustments in the game because we were showing that too high safety look that we do every year. And then when we were bringing that one guy down in the box, they weren't really running the ball on the San Francisco 49ers that well. They did finish with over 100 yards as a team collectively, but I thought the Niners were pretty damn good against the run. 100 yards for 3 people, I'll take that. I'll take it. I mean, I want it under 100, but I thought the Niners did their thing against the run. We were just getting torched in the pass, and it's just the way that they were tearing the safeties apart. I thought the cornerbacks played well on defense. I thought Darrell Luter Jr. was good. I thought Diamador Lenore was good. They didn't even throw it to him, except he made a good run tackle. But at the end of the day, they were testing the safeties. Yeah. So that's our weakness. But you talked about resilience, Jack, and I think that's the key to this year's team. And I think there's resilience every year. I think the team shows resilience, but it's different. It's in a different way every single year. Man, this year we didn't just lose. Like, remember one year we had a bunch of players injured. I feel like this year we got key players injured. And it's just like weird how they finding ways to overcome the adversity. And so like the resilience is there. I mean, you got Fred Warner down on the football field, calling out plays, getting hyped up and doing all that type of stuff. Like that's what we need when you can't participate. That's a leader. That's a captain. That's what you like to see. Even Trent Williams was pissed that he couldn't get back into the game. So what was he doing on the sideline? Cheering his team on, doing that type of stuff. I think that's what we need from the players that can't play. So thank you so much for that super chat comment, Jax. I appreciate you. Got a couple more too. Want to get to those early while they coming in. My cousin Sid, downtown Sid Brown, much love, fam. You doing the Lord's work for Niners fans. Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Listen, we just having a good time. I can't believe this has been it's been a long time. Been doing this for a long time. I felt like I've been doing this before I had gray hair in my beard. But yeah, like, look, I'm just happy to be a vessel for the 49ers community. And thanks to people like you, I'm able to continue to provide good content, great content. Quality content. That's the word I like to use, quality. I don't care if it's good or not, as long as it's quality. You know what I mean? So Trent Williams being injured is going to be a key. And then Jax followed it up with another super chat. Wayne, I do have a question because I'm not football knowledge, and the little I do know is because of you. So thank you. All right, well, thank you. But why can't? This is a good question. This is a good question. And I'm not looking at the live chat, but this is a great question. Listen. The Niners defense. Robert Saleh likes to play man coverage. That means he wants to match up his best men against their best men. And in times, we do a lot of that. We switch to a lot of zone, which is what we've been used to seeing. And it's literally because of the front. Now, the reason why they can't sack the quarterback, it's a variety of things. Okay, we don't have a premier. Do you understand that word? Premier pass rusher. So Nick Bosa's gone. Okay, and he's premium. Like, think of the gas you get in your car, and you go with the premium. It makes your ride smoother, right? He not there, so you got to settle for the unleaded. It ain't even no supers, right? It's just it's unleaded. Yeah. And listen, so the Niners by volume, they're trying to generate pressure. When you're playing against a pretty solid offensive line against regular defensive pass rushers, it's kind of hard to win. It's going to be kind of hard to win. So the Niners just can't generate the sacks like they want to. They're just not going to be there. And when you look at a guy like Bryce Huff, you'd be like, well, he can sack the quarterback. He can. A lot of the players that the Niners have are what I like to call rotational pieces or situational pieces, where you can find a mismatch for them and they can come in with a burst of energy and fly past the offensive lineman or use their one move or whatever it is. Those guys are now starting. So you're taking situational guys and making them start. So you no longer have situational guys. And so, like, that's the issue. The depth, the quality, that's the word I'm going to use. The quality of the depth that's starting right now is just not premium. Can they get to the quarterback? Yes. Can they sack a quarterback? Yes. You're not going to get the consistency that you want. You look at teams like the Cleveland Browns with Myles Garrett, who's like one away from the sack record, right? You look at those. You look at teams with T.J. Watt and those guys. Those guys are premium guys. They're healthy and they're out there on the football field. And they're either going to command some type of attention where they're going to be double teamed and then they're not as fluent, or teams just going to leave them by themselves, right? And so that's the answer to your question. And I hope I answered your question because I felt like I said a lot of fluff, but it really wasn't. Like, the Niners just don't have the quality pass rushers. They have a plethora of pass rushers, right? But the quality, I would say that Bryce Huff is our best pass rusher, but he was supposed to be situational to you mix him in to where he's fresh coming out of quarterback with his speed and stuff. So it makes it a little different, you know what I mean? Eddie G and the B-Dogs! 34 months, happy Victory Monday. Purdy win, enough said, y'all. Yeah, man, listen, one thing I like about what I do here is when you're bad, you're going to get it. And when you're good, you're going to get it. At the end of the day, guess what you're going to get from Breezie? You're going to get it because I give praise and I constructively criticize. When you play bad, you get the bad talk. When you play well, you get the great talk. It's super simple. It's the most simplest form of constructive criticism. And nobody likes to hear the bad talk, but you need the bad in order to become good. 49er Jeff, what up, baby? I love my team, and I believe we can run the table. In Brock, we trust. Kyle's in his bag as well. Huff had a key play when he needed it. All right, so I was just talking about Bryce Huff, and he was talking about the key pressure. And it was him in getting to the legs of Caleb Williams, which disrupted Caleb Williams' rhythm. It did. He had to jump, run, force one way, and then back, and then boom. So yeah, key play when he needed it. And I agree. We have players that are disruptive. We don't have the finishers. So Jack, back to your question, it's not a lot of finishers. A lot of disruptive players, but not a lot of finishers. That's the best way I could put it. And it sucked because I think we want to see sacks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 woo. What up, baby? JP Hillahart, so bright. We shining. That's right. All we know is the Niners. We so faithful to the Bay. Brock Purdy Toast says he needs to stop calling that nickel blitz. Listen, man. All I know is when what's name left the field, because we got to get to Upton Stout. I'm glad you put that up there. When Upton Stout left the field, God, Chase Lucas was ass. I was like, what? What happened to Chase? What happened? I thought Chase was going to be ready. This dude on one play, now several plays, one play, Chase Lucas got cooked, whipped, and fell flat. On the same play, bro, you already got beat by Luther Burden. Then he whipped you up, and you fell flat on that ass. I was like, damn, Gina, what? Wow, it was crazy. But Upton Stout did leave the game with a concussion. He did not return to the game, so I was just like, oh. And listen, remember me? I was advocating Chase at the beginning of the season. Let Chase start. Let Upton come in and whatever. I'm not gonna say I was wrong, but I was wrong because there's a reason why Chase wasn't starting, and maybe now we know that maybe now. And don't get it twisted, me. I thought Upton Stout got cooked on a couple of. Luther Burden had a day. Like I'd be double dog damn that we got beat the majority of that game by a goddamn rookie. I was pissed, but they didn't let DJ Moore beat him. They held DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift had like 50 freaking yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Niners, baby. Remember, for 20 months, Brocktimus Purdy Prime. Just take out Purdy, man, and just call him Brocktimus Prime. I think that's fire, bro. I think I'm stealing that from you or borrowing it or however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely going to be in my vocabulary. The Brocktimus Prime is on fire, bro. Love these comments, man. Appreciate the super chats, too, man. You got no idea how much they help out. Nigel, Breezie, how are you feeling on that last play? Nigel, man, if Nigel, you got to come to the Patreon, bro. First of all, I knew Loveland was having a good game. Bro, listen, you know I'm a Loveland fan. I feel like all the players from Michigan, we drafted the wrong players from Michigan. Like the players we should have got. Anyway, Coastal Loveland wanted to draft him, but I knew he was going to go top 2, top 3 tight end off the board, right? It was Tyler Warren, Coastal Loveland, Harold Fannin Jr. I think just the majority of the top 3 tight ends. he was coming in with some injury issues or whatever, bruh. He caught that pass, and I didn't even think Colston Loveland had it in him to do that. I did not think that. If you weren't shook, if you weren't playing Mob Deep, Shook Ones Part 1 and Part 2 just off of that one play, and then you said, okay, Demo, listen, man, I ain't asked you to do nothing the whole game. Just make this one tackle. Because I'm thinking DeAndre going to put the Usha on him real quick. But Demo was right there, bro. He was right there, man. Got the legs wrapped around and brought him down. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. But it was for a first down. I was like, come on, man. It was for a first down. It was for a first down. So I'm like, God dang it, they're going to have 4 more tries. Closer. So listen, I was nervous. Don't get it twisted. Because I think I said on the live, it was like 30 seconds left. It wasn't 4 seconds left. It was 30 seconds left. It was like 30 to 20 something seconds because I said, listen, let these motherfuckers score so we can have 20 seconds to score. Like, that's what I was thinking. But the defense held up, man. They held up. They held up, man. They did. They definitely held up. I was definitely excited, man. What's going on, Ben, in the building? Told you, man. You here, man. I show the members love. You become a member. You know, let's go all the way to all into the new year. Praying for all to all in the new year. Yeah, man. Appreciate the prayers. We're praying for you as well. You know, God, listen, this is a great Niners team. Now, just to top off the injury segment, I didn't see Keion White get injured, but Keion White had the highest defensive PFF grade out there. He played about 27 snaps. So I just wanted to put that out there. Like, he had the highest PFF defensive grade off of, 25 to 27 snaps. So, you know, good stuff from Keion White. It looks like he's suffering from I think it was a groin injury. That ain't good. Again, rotative pieces. The Niners need these players out there. Like, that's what they need. Like, you know what I'm saying? They need these players out there on the freaking football field. And unfortunately, when the player comes out, it be on and popping. Tell me what's going on. Trent won't play Saturday. Listen, man, I'm so mad we don't got the Sunday game. I'm so pissed off we don't got the Sunday. Damn, Brock Purdy's toe. You trademarked that joint that quick? Ain't trademarks like $850, right? Damn. Wait, you had $850 to trademark? You couldn't just give an $850 super chat? I would have let you have a name, dog. Damn. All right, now. But seriously, man, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I'm a little nervous because I personally think the Seattle defensive front is greater than the Chicago Bears defensive front. And so I already didn't like pass protection from Austin Pleasance. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to like any of the pass protection. And here's what I would do if I'm Kyle Shanahan, right? If I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm really going to try to put the rookie Connor Colby through the ringer because I'd rather kick Spencer Burford out to the tackle. I know he's been playing good as a guard and bring the guard back in, but then if he doesn't improve, then that hurts the run game. So it's like Trent Williams, you're hoping George Kittle is good to go in this game. It's a lot riding on it. And I'm seeing a lot from Brock Purdy, but it's a lot riding on it. You know what I mean? It's a lot riding on it. And so that right there, he said he trademarked it, not copyrighted it. That's a big difference. Born to Bleed. That I know about copyright, but trademark costs about $850. You know what I'm saying? That means you putting a little TM next to the logo. Like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, seriously, I'm hoping he does. You know, I don't know if I don't know how severe this hamstring injury is. I could tell you right now, he's probably not going to practice. It's an earlier game of the week, so we got to pray and cross our fingers, you know. Derek says, shout out to everybody on Facebook too. It's not that I'm not showing y'all love. I just happen to see the YouTube feed quicker. But shout out to everybody on Facebook as well. Yo, so it is going to be crazy. You know what I mean? It's going to be crazy. Matt says, Breezy, we dropped 40 on 2 top 10 defenses. Yep. Told you, Kyle Shanahan's offense is cooking. It's cooking. It's gelling. The run game is finally coming into play. We got a wide receiver run, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all got to make some noise out there. We got a Sky Moore 10-yard first down run out of the backfield, man. We ain't seen that since Debo. Like literally. We got one. I mean, I think Ricky Pearsall ran one last year. He ain't run none this year. Speaking of Ricky Pearsall, he got dinged up too, so be cautious of Slick Rick. I'm not sure as far as his injuries, but it's a lot. It's a lot to think about, all right? Ty Tanner, this is a comment, and I like this because it's going to get into this team, you know what I mean, as far as like, you know, as we recap the game, the plays and the stats. And so you look at the defense. Now, look, I'm not asking much from the second-year player other than to go out there and execute. He's been pushed into this leadership role. And I am, how do I say this? I'm not disappointed because, you know what? Let me flip this on you guys. When Dre Greenlaw was here, how disappointed were you with him and all those penalties he used to get? The unnecessary roughness penalties, the stupid late personal foul. Like, were you disappointed or were you happy that you had a player that was going to play to the whistle? Not necessarily dirty, but questionable at the most, right? Like, I feel like I said this last night. Man, I'm like, damn, Tanner Bethune he is channeling his inner freaking Dre Greenlaw. Like, he's not as fast. He can't cover as well. But he can hit. God, I think he hits harder than Dre Greenlaw. And he doing some stuff. Now, the one penalty that he got that I don't question that was against the rules in this game was when he kind of went through the offensive lineman to make the tackle. What kind of motherfucking dumb rule is that? This dude is trying to block me, so I can't. How I shed the block? I didn't tackle the offensive lineman. He just happened to be there. I'm trying to get to the guy. I don't get that rule, but that was a dumb rule. The other penalty that he got was dumb. I'll leave it at that. The other penalty was dumb. So he's getting beat, but he's getting stupid penalties, and one of them was stupid. The first one, I ain't think that was stupid. I'll just be honest. I didn't think it was stupid. Now, pulling the face mask, that's different. Derek Thomas says D. Winters is the next Dre Greenlaw. Nah. I mean, I get it. As far as position, as far as speed, D. Winters is not as wise. Now, I don't know. Maybe he is. I'm just saying as far as him just the way he's hitting and the late flags that he's getting from these personal foul calls. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting from that, Derek. So, Derek, over on Facebook, got to show Facebook some love. It says, Breeze, our offense is better since Debo and BA, all the drama divas. You can't say that the offense is better, but the offense has gotten better. I won't say that the offense is better. But I will say that the offense has gotten better over time. Because when we had Debo and Brandon Ayuk, this was before they were divas. The offense was clicking. What are we talking about? What kind of conversations we having? I'm not trying to shit on the two guys that are no longer here. I'm just saying that those caliber of players aren't here. But that offense was ridiculous. No team knew how to defend it. We literally had like what do we call that group from Marvel Comics? I think we were called the Avengers at one point, because who you gonna cover? Like they over time they turned into the divas, but nah. The offense though has gotten better. I mean, few 40-point games this year. That's definitely helped. But I think the offense clicked the button because they was like, yo, we got to help the defense out. And so they had to figure it out. Now, I like what I saw from Jake Tonjes. He's been giving us that all year. I don't understand why we don't get more Jake Tonges and George Kittle on the football field at the same time. I'm trying to figure out like what the hell, Kyle. I don't know. I'm not a playmaker, play designer, or anything like that. All I know is, man, those two on the football field could be a dynamic duo that we just would love to see. Because now you forcing defenses to cover one of these guys. You go ahead and cover Kittle. Go ahead and cover. Tonges is fine. Tonjes can catch. So I do agree with what you're saying. Like the offense, it's better in a way, but it took a minute for this offense to get here. So let's be honest, because it took us like 13, 14 weeks. We go back and check all the scores from this game where we were in the 20s. We were averaging 20 points per game, barely. So I will say the offense is definitely getting to a point where they no longer need those types of players, which will make them better. 49er Jeff, Super Chat contribution. This is Brock is on his way to being elite. I feel like you did this on purpose because you a troll, dog. Like, you know how I feel about Brock Purdy. And I don't care what anybody says. I ain't backing down from no one. Call me evil or unbelievable. That man is elite. He got paid as an elite quarterback, and he's playing as an elite quarterback. And guess who he don't have? Because what's name just told us. No Debo, no Brandon Ayuk, no George Kittle. No problem. I got Kendrick Bourne. I got Juwan Jennings. I got Jake Tonges. Yeah, I'm going to make it happen. And then he's making plays with his feet, which was the thing that kept him out of 6 games this year. His fucking feet. Like, his feet were hurt. I don't know, man. I know he doesn't have a Super Bowl. A lot of elite quarterbacks don't have Super Bowl wins. And a lot of elite quarterbacks haven't even been to the Super Bowl. Let's have that conversation. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrows. They're the only ones that went. Am I missing anybody? Oh, yeah, Brock Purdy. But y'all won't put him in the elite. So, listen, that's your take. You can say he's on the way to being elite. That is fair. That's cool. I could dig it. For me, he's been elite. Y'all just not seen it yet. But it's there. Trust me. It's there. Tommy, Tig, and Bethune can't cover a toilet seat. Listen, man. Listen. Bethune isn't a coverage linebacker. Tig isn't a coverage safety. When you're forcing 2 types of players to play where they're just not great, we gonna get some busted coverages. You're gonna get then those 2 players themselves just don't have elite traits of athleticism and long arms and things that will kind of make up for what they lack. They don't have any of that. I think Bethune can lay a big hit, and I think Tig can lay a big hit. I think Tig's better in the box. You can't blitz with him because he don't have the speed. He doesn't have that wit. So you got to have him play coverage because he's got good hands. I give him to that. I give him that. He's got good hands. Dion, what up, baby? Tonjes and Kittle, 2 tight ends says that would even put Luke Farrell out there, especially you get it in the red zone. You bring out the 13 personnel with you. Yo, listen to this lineup, right? 13 personnel. You ready? Right? 3 tight end sets. Lukey, Kittle, and mother freaking Jake, right? Big brother Jake. And then you put Juwan Jennings out there as your 1 wide receiver, right? Right? All big hands, muscle motherfuckers, right? And then you put Christian McCaffrey, and then you split him out. So now it's 5 different types of just in the red zone. Yo, them defenses won't know what to do. I think Kyle has got stuff in his book. Like I think his bag is he has not unleashed a lot of stuff that's in his bag. You know, a lot of stuff in his bag hasn't been unleashed yet, and I think it's coming. I really do. I think it's coming. I truly do. Forever fun. What a game. Yo, it was crazy. What a finish. What a finish. You know what I'm saying? Homer over on Facebook. I like we get Facebook love. Facebook guys, listen, I mean, you can just come on over to the YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button. Worst called defensive game of solid. I disagree with some of this. I said, all right, so I'm a big stickler on execution. I don't think this was a bad defensive call play game. I thought the last game was bad, but they made adjustments at halftime. This game, I thought Robert Saleh was in his bag. He literally was forcing Ben Johnson and the offense to take the shots down the football field, right? Because they were trying to really set up to not give up the big runs, and instead they ended up giving up the big passes. I just think it comes down to his players and execution, bro. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just feel like I didn't think it was a bad called game. I think the players were in position. They just couldn't make plays. I think it always comes down to execution for me because the coaches aren't the ones out there on the football field. Now, if it's a bad play call, I'm going to call it out. Like that I will do. If Kyle calls bad plays and Robert Saleh calls bad plays, like even last week, I didn't think the play calling was bad. I just felt like the players weren't executing what he was asking them to do. And if you listen, here's what I found funny today, since we're talking about the defense, and I'm glad you brought this up, right? So, apparently on K&B with Brian Murphy, all right, this is what Tatum Bethune said. Okay, Tatum Bethune told Tim Ryan and Guy Haberman on the postgame KNBR that he and D Winters were supposed to blitz on that final play, but they dropped into coverage instead to make Caleb Williams see bodies. So the play call was a blitz. We don't know what it might have did. We will never know if that was the play call. I'm not sure why Tatum Bethune actually came out and said this, but I do believe if they blitz, they was sacking that ass. They would have been the one game set. The game would have ended on the set. It was the Joker card and Robert Saleh's thing. I don't know if these players are in trouble because we won, but had we not won this game and they didn't do what Saleh asked them to do, woo! We'd be talking about a whole different Tatum Bethune and D Winters. It would have been an all-out blitz. They were blitzing the linebackers. They were sending the pressure. And we did that before, and it kind of sped up the process and they forced an incomplete pass. I just felt like they would have got into him. So I don't know. I think Saleh called a decent game. I think players just couldn't execute. For example, when Upton Stott was out, Chase Lucas' number was up, and I don't think he executed well. I don't think there was anything Robert Saleh could have done. That's who he had to go to, so who he had to go with. And I thought Lucas was good as a nickelback. I am done with the nickelback blitzing, though. I am. But you know why we got a nickel blitz all the time? Because I don't think our safeties can get home. And if you put in Marquise Siegel, you'll have speed to get home. And I think Marquise Siegel might be the best coverage safety we have on this team. Call me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Call me cuckoo. I think he's the best coverage safety that we have on this team. All right. Quick grade report, man. Top 5 grades offensively for the 49ers offense. Luke Farrell, 91.8. Jake Tonjes, 86.7. Brock Purdy, 81.9. Spencer Burford, 81.5. And Christian McCaffrey, 81.1. Those are your top 5 offensive grades. Defensively, Keon White, 82.4. Tatum Bethune, 73.8. And I think his grade would have been higher. Now, them dumbass penalties. Jordan Elliott, big tackle for a loss in this game, 68.8. D-Mo, 64.5. CJ West made the top 5 again with a 62.8. All right, I got 2 questions. Let's start with the grade. What was your overall grade for the team? Overall grade for this team. What did you guys give them? Overall grade for this team. Put it in the comments. For me, I thought the offense was definitely in the A range, A minus A range. The defense was like in the D range, maybe D plus range for me. Special teams was just special teams. Nothing spectacular from special teams this week. But, I mean, I think overall, I might say a C plus, B minus overall. I didn't like the defense. I didn't like the defense. Wow, we got a lot of A pluses. You can A? Overall, I ain't say just for the offense. I said overall grade. See, y'all, I hope y'all listen. A, okay, A for offense. At least Niner Faithful says A for offense. B plus. All right, Big Dad. I think that's an overall grade. I think I know where you're going. D for defense. A for the offense would be a C plus. Yeah. Like if you average the two out, B minus for you. That's why I said C plus, B minus. Give or take a grade. B plus. The W. I'm with you. C minus. Crazy Juice. What's going on, Crazy Juice? A for offense. F for defense from Troy. Wow. Defense got an F. I can't give the defense an F just on the fact that they won the game. Well, they sealed the deal. I can't give them an F. Jack Knox is A plus because we won. Hey, these are all, perspective. A for offense, C minus for defense. Special teams, let's give them a B. Overall, C plus. I'm C plus, B minus all day. Love the grades, man. Thank y'all for putting those out there. All right. For those listening, feel free to leave a comment. What would be your overall grade? I'll try to create a poll question. All right. Let's go with what was your most, before we do player of the game, what was your most memorable moment of the game? Memorable moment of the game. Because this game started off with a pick six. Like, we somehow did this whole show and ain't talked about one moment where Brock Purdy up. Like, we didn't even have that conversation. Brock Purdy played so well. He recovered so well. We didn't talk about once how he up this game. Like, literally. Yo, the Niners lost the turnover battle and won the game. That has happened to the Niners twice this season. Trust me, I'm counting because all my keys to victory always say win turnover battle, win the game. This is the second time we lost the turnover battle and won a game. God dang. And that goes back to what Jack said earlier on the show about being resilient. Being resilient. Niners Nation. Breezy. Fun watch show last night. That last 30. See? It was 33 seconds of pure hell on earth. It was 33 seconds, right, Niners Nation? We were in turmoil for 33 seconds. Yo, that junk felt like eternity. Oh my gosh. It felt like eternity. It truly did. Niner gang, Brock breaking ankles, not once, but twice. Not actually 4 times. He ran the ball 4 times. He broke ankles 4 times. Brock Purdy's toe. Jennings touchdown. The Purdy Dougie. Purdy has been Dougie in for the past 3 weeks, and his Dougie is just getting better and better as we see it. And I'm liking it. But I need something else to add to the dance. I need a little bit more. He's giving us a little bit more every single week. But the Jennings touchdown was yards after catch, and it was definitely my favorite. Not because I love Juwan Jennings, just because it was a first down, and he made everybody else miss. And for a slow-ass wide receiver, he sure is fast, right? Like, I've never seen a slow 4.7 wide receiver run as fast as Juwan Jennings. I just never seen it because that dude be moving. You know what I'm saying? Brock scrambling. Love it. We got 2, 3, and outs and forced the field goal. That's why the defense wasn't as bad as we thought they were. They did. 2, 3, and outs. I think it was 3 and outs, if I'm not mistaken. 2 earlier in the game, 1 a little bit later in the game, but they did force that field goal, which allowed the Niners to get that Jennings touchdown to go up by 4. Brock scrambling, the 30-yard. Everybody liked that 30 yards pass to Jennings. And you know what made it so dope for Jennings? The first target of the game was the interception. He was targeted 1 other time, and then that third target was the touchdown. I can't make it up. Memorable moment that sticks out is the Purdy scramble. Oh, that was the Patrick Mahomes play. Yeah, that if you needed anything about Patrick Mahomes, that was it. That right there. That was the Patrick Mahomes play. Because I don't know what Brock was doing, but he wasn't going to get sacked. The goal line stop. Corey, yeah, man. Great pass defense on that. I mean, I guess you got to chalk it up to Taylor Bethune and D. Winters not following the orders. You know what I'm saying? Derek says my best moment was the Brock to Juice. We had a Brock to Tonjes, a Brock to Juice, a Brock to Jennings. And then you had the 2 Brock runs, right? One was an option read. Y'all ain't peeped the option read? The read option? Sorry, I said it wrong. Y'all ain't peeped the read option? I ain't peeped the quarterback read. Nope. The ending crash. I'm out. I'm ghost. We ain't seen that since Cap. Bro, Kyle Shanahan was in his Brock and Kyle, they on another level. This is good news. The trust is there. There is trust. We are seeing Kyle Shanahan unleash a trustworthy Brock. That is scary. We've never seen that before. It was always training wheels. It was always, no, this. No. Brock is saying, F you, Kyle, and Kyle is like, F you, Brock, and they going out making plays. That's what I like. I like this Brock. I'm Christian, love God, but is not afraid to tell Kyle, you. I like it. Like, give me that Brock. That's the chip that is going to make us win a Super Bowl. I promise you. I promise you. I can promise you that is the chip. And it sucks because there's no Nick and there's no Fred, even though we may get Fred. We got a super chat contribution from my brother Ty. He says, talk of Warner may come back. If he can, do you play him? Okay. The reason I ask, he will be in a game shape to play his first game back in the playoffs. Or should we keep playing Bethune? If Fred Warner is cleared to play, bro, I'll take an out of shape, out of game football shape Fred Warner over a young Tatum Bethune. Yep. If he's cleared and he's healthy, I'm taking that. There's risks. There's risk. Every player's got to have risks. But I'm going to take the health. I'm going to take a risk on a player returning from a broken ankle. If he's cleared, I'm assuming he could play. I know you said you gave me the whole thing, him not being in football shape. I get it. I don't care. I don't care at all. I still think he'd be better than Tatum Bethune. It's not a shot at Tatum Bethune, but Tatum Bethune is still learning the game. Fred Warner doesn't have to learn the game. That's the difference. Fred Warner just has to be able to run. He already know the game. So, yeah, he might be off a little bit with his athleticism, his breathing, and whatever like that. But we know Fred Warner is the ultimate warrior out there. He's literally the ultimate warrior. Like, that kid is high off of energy every week. I'll take that high energy any day over Tatum Bethune. Great question, though, because we say this about players. We all know the answer is they're not going to be the same. I've never seen Fred Warner not play the same coming off of an injury. And he's never had an injury where he's missed time like this. But even we watched that cat play on a messed up ankle last year with the same amount of energy. But he was in football shape. That's going to be tough. I'm with it. I'm sorry, though. I'm doing it. If he's cleared, I'm doing it. I'm not waiting to next season. There might not be a next season. According to Kyle Shanahan, Sunday might not promise to us. So I'm playing him. If he's ready, I'm playing him. Because Kyle said that scramble made him nervous and happy at the same time. Yeah, Kyle shit in his pants. That's what he said. He sharted, and he probably had to go get cleaned up at some point because he didn't. The stomach muscles released the bubble guts. And I guarantee you, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know. He didn't know whether to tell his quarterback to get out of bounds, get down, throw the ball away. He just had to let Brock. You guys remember the episodes when Brock was here? I always would say, you got to let Brock. At some point, that's all about trust. And at some point, Kyle's just going to have to be like, Brock's got the big boy britches on, man, and we just going to let this dude Brock out, baby. You know, like Miss Leslie say, Brock and roll, baby. Like, you just got to let him Brock. You just got to let him Brock. What has Brock Purdy not proven to Kyle Shanahan? I mean, I would just let Brock for the simple fact when this cat tore his UCL, that motherfucker went back out in the football game. He's like, bro, I'm not going to let you let Christian McCaffrey do that or whoever it is out there do that. I'll just go back in the game and be a decoy. That's when I knew Brock was the real deal. So you got to let Brock. What a game. What a win. First place. Round of applause. Faithful to you. You know why? Because your support to this team, your faithfulness to this team, your willingness, your ride or die, everything to this team has been uncanny. And keep it up, man, because the team needs you. They need you. They need you. And whatever way you can give to your team, I don't care if it's a prayer, I don't care if it's time, I don't care if it's money, like whatever you could do, they need you. So keep that energy up. Keep being faithful to the Bay. Appreciate all of the super chat contributions that came in from the contributors out there. Shout out to all the members of the Breezy Bunch crew. I do appreciate you. Before we jump off there, who was your player of the game? For me, it was Brock Purdy. Back-to-back weeks. Brock dropping bombs like Akinelli on him. And I can't wait to see him play against Seattle because he don't lose against Seattle. This is the best part. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I can't wait. And we're going to be in the all blacks with the gold trim and the red. Pop, pop, pop. It's going to be crazy. Only thing I hate about this game is on Saturday night. God dang it. That's the only thing I hate. Only thing I hate. Yeah, Swift, I'm with you, bro. Like, that's what happened. That's what happened. We all did. We all let out a shark at some point. You know what I mean? CMC. Hey, CMC is a machine. I think we all know that. I don't think we'll question. I don't hear anybody questioning CMC. You know what's funny? See, y'all, I gotta go. But y'all always say some funny stuff to me or make me think about a funny moment. I remember when the faithful, and I ain't talking about you, but I'm talking about probably your cousin. But I remember the faithful. Oh, don't overwork CMC. Don't. So we had one season where CMC had to take time off because of his Achilles, okay? And they blamed it over the overwork. You know what? CMC being worked and utilized just as much as he was the season before. Just want to put that out there. I mean, luckily we lose relief with Brian Robinson Jr., but yeah, it ain't much. At the end of the day, that guy is so detrimental to Kyle Shanahan's system and his offense. It's hard to take him off this football field. And I'm hoping you guys can understand why, right? I'm hoping you can understand why. Like, when he's off the football field, a lot of things change. Do we get big pop runs from Jordan Mason at the time and Brian Robinson Jr.? Yeah, you're going to get those, but the consistency won't be there because the defense is, they can stop a run. They can't stop a CMC. It's a big difference. And yeah, there's times where CMC gets you 1 yard, negative yards, but when he gets you to 40 yards and the 20 yards, it makes people miss and then forces defenses to defend them. Whew, it's a totally different game. So I get the CMC banner. I love it. I think CMC, 140 rushing yards. He had 181 yards, total yards. Brocktimus Prime. No new news on Trent Williams as of yet. Right now, we just know that it's a hamstring injury and something that he has never dealt with in his career. So this is going to be interesting. All eyes will be on Trent Williams this week. Running a knock on wood right now. Oh, man, I feel you guys. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I can't wait to be back for you guys. Hopefully Friday with John. We'll do the game plan. Everybody should be home. Yeah, Friday. Oh, shit, we play on Saturday. That's right. Oh, I got to do Madden earlier, too. Oh, man. God dang it, NFL. Anyway, love y'all. Keep it faithful to the Bay. Peace.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.